I'm finally winning. How could I lose? I'm finally winning. Finally winning. How could I lose? I'm finally winning. This shit feels so different. Been through the struggle, living in shelters. We was fighting evictions. My bro in the cell, I'm yelling free him. He been fighting convictions. Ain't shit by the change, become a tradition. But this isn't my vision. How could I lose? I'm finally winning. This shit feels so different. Been through the struggle, living in shelters. We was fighting evictions.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Marsco Music. Maybe I should change the name to MarscoMedia. But I'm sitting here with the one and only, the brawler from Western Mass, the King. Some call him D-Wit. Some call him the man. I know he got the hands, and I'm lucky to call him one of my best friends in the world. But I'm here with Devin Whitley today. Tell people a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Devin. Yeah, man, my man Marcus had asked me to do this interview. I've been a long time friends with Marcus, many years now. We go way back. But yeah, so my name's Devin, like he already said. I'm 21. I'm from Chicopee. I've been boxing for quite some time now, but recently I've been kind of endeavoring into the, personal training aspect of it. And I've been really enjoying that. So as of right now, yeah, I got my personal trainer's license, and yeah, I've been doing that a lot lately.
All right, man. Congrats on the personal trainer's license.
Appreciate it.
That's where the money really start coming in. But hey, so I heard you talking a little bit about boxing, but before even that, I want to rewind a little bit. Can you tell me a little about what you were like when you were a kid?
Yeah, when I was younger, I was always into sports, heavily, but I didn't really care much about boxing. It wasn't something that I focused on. I love football. That was my thing. I could play football with my friends in the backyard for hours and hours and hours. I joined, one of my first teams when I was younger, the Chicopee Chargers, local team. Shout out my guys, they don't longer exist, but they're run by a different company now. My boys, you know what I'm saying? But
wait, the Chargers are gone?
Yeah, Galaxy now.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, the coach Robinson, he didn't want to do that.
RP Chargers. I play for the Chargers too.
Yeah, my guys. But yeah, we got some memories over there. But yeah, when I was a kid, I didn't care too much about boxing. It was more, other sports and things like that. My family was already into the boxing scene, so I kind of wanted to do something a little different. But the older I got, the more I started enjoying it, and I realized I was kind of good at it. So kind of switched up. But yeah, when I was a kid, definitely all about football, sports, things like that. I love school. School was one of my favorite things when I was younger. I enjoyed just chilling with my friends, kicking back, things like that. I had a great childhood, I'm not gonna lie. I loved where I grew up. There was always something to do, great kids around me. Anytime I would see my boys' bikes outside, pull up, go for a bike ride, anything like that. It was a blast. But yeah, I had a great childhood.
Wow, man, it seems like you did a lot of good stuff. Seems like you've always just been super active, and I can see how that leads into the boxing. So, can you talk a little bit more about like your high school career? Cause I was when you were younger. So, what were you like when you were going to high school?
So during high school, my freshman year was a great year. I had great friends. I still had lived in Chicopee, but during that time, my family was planning on moving to another state. And my sophomore year, I had stayed. Early football season, I had taken off, and I departed, and I got down to Florida. We moved to Florida, and I went to Manatee High School. Incredible high school. It was a college prep school. Had 9 different buildings. Swear to God. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was dope. But during that point in time, I was having my own struggles, with my other things going on. So moving to another state wasn't my favorite thing. But I love football, so being over there, amazing opportunities for football. As I said earlier, that was my favorite sport growing up. So I got to continue and further endeavor into that when I lived over there. But after 2 years, things weren't really working out with our spot over there. So we came back to Massachusetts, and yeah, so I stayed there my sophomore and my junior season, and then came back to Massachusetts for my senior year. Unfortunately, due to my grades, and when I lived in Florida in my junior year, when I left, I didn't have the requirements to play my senior season, so I missed out on, playing my senior season, unfortunately. But I was back home with my friends. I got to play in a couple semi-pro leagues. I played in one in Massachusetts too, so I got to be back with my boys, experience that senior year a little differently. But yeah, other than that, high school was awesome. I had a great high school experience. Threw a party from time to time, and just loved kicking back and hanging out with my friends. It was a great time. My high school, honestly, my life so far, it's had its ups and downs, but for the most part, positivity and being around good people. That's what I try to do.
Yeah, man, it sounds like you have like a really positive mindset, and I definitely want to talk about that in a second, but can you talk a little bit more about that transition to Florida? Like you said, like it was hard. Like what was hard about that transition?
Yeah, so growing up my whole life here, being around certain people, especially for 16, 17 years straight, you grow a bond and you grow an attachment to a place. But I was ready to get out, but there were certain things that I felt I had to finish in this state first, and I felt that I was definitely away from that before I felt done. And being over there, it kind of made me realize there was a couple things that I would like to come back and finish before I make that transition. But other than that, the school wasn't bad. Things like that wasn't bad. It was definitely a different experience, making new friends and stuff, being in a different state. Anytime you go somewhere new, it's a hard experience. But me personally, I didn't mind talking and going the extra foot, to say something to somebody I didn't know or make new friends. So, I wasn't bullied. I didn't not have any friends. It was just being in a new environment, in a new place, after being used to doing something your whole life, planning on finishing something just leaving that, it was kind of definitely a toss-up that I didn't fully prepare myself for. But other than that, it wasn't too bad, but it was definitely a struggle in my life that I definitely think I learned from and I grew from. And now, anytime I step into something new now, I definitely think about it a little bit deeper.
That's what's up. I mean, everything's a learning experience, and I would have thought going to Florida would be all roses and stuff, but obviously it's not. I mean, obviously it's hard to move. I remember when I was younger, my mom wanted to move to Georgia, and I was like, hell no. And she actually listened, and we didn't end up moving. But let's talk more about that positive mindset. Like I said, even talking to you right now, I can just feel the positivity and just knowing you as a person. You're super positive and everything like that. So where does that positive mindset come from? Is that just you, or do you have to something happen for you?
Me in general, I feel like I've always been kind of an upbeat kind of guy. But growing up, people have always come to me and said that I've given pretty decent advice. And in doing that, you hear from a lot of different people and a lot of different struggles. And through all the years, hearing everybody talk and having people come to me about different stories and different situations and different scenarios, it kind of really opened my ears and made me realize that when you are just genuinely an upbeat person and you are happy and you are polite to people and you compliment people and you just are overall kind, it can go the extra mile and make that person's day, So doing that in general, I feel like just being a positive person definitely helps everybody else in the room, especially hanging out with people you maybe don't know too well, or, me personally in the personal training thing, I like to be very positive and upbeat. With my clients, I like to make them feel comfortable. I like to know, okay, this isn't going to be some military strict shit. And unless you want it to be, I'll make it that. But for the most part, what I'm saying, that positive energy, that positive mindset, I just love putting it out there because you don't run into many problems when you're a good person. You know what I'm saying? There's struggles and things that you can go through by yourself, but overall, people like you, it opens opportunities for you, and just being a positive person, it's not hard. It takes 2 seconds to be polite. It takes 2 seconds to say something nice to somebody. I think it's not too hard, and I feel like a lot more people should be a little bit more positive. And if you can't, then here's my positivity to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's facts, man. You attract what you put out, and it seems like you get a lot of good stuff coming to you, man. But let's keep moving forward. So let's finally talk about the boxing. That's really what you're known for now. So how did you get into boxing?
Alright, so my family has owned a boxing gym and been in the boxing and just fighting, martial arts, everything for quite some time now. My father is actually a twin and owns a gym in Holyoke on High Street. Shout out Whitley Boxing over there. But yeah, him and my uncle were former professionals, and now ever since then they started training, and I have many brothers. 2 of them right now are current professionals and killing it right now, absolutely killing it. And I definitely took that journey a little bit. I started, I had a couple amateur fights and things like that, but As the professional career grew, I started falling more in love with the training aspect and teaching somebody else. And I still plan on making that professional debut and getting out there and doing that eventually. But as of right now, I'm very involved with training my clients and seeing that positivity and seeing somebody get happy. When you teach them something and actually say, "Oh my goodness, like I can actually see you getting better from things that I'm putting into you." It's just a whole new experience for me and something that at first I wasn't open to, and I was mainly all about myself. But as I grew, helping more people and seeing them grow in that aspect, it just made me fall in love with the sport in a whole new way. And now, boxing it's been around my life forever, and I started doing competitions and things like that when I was 13, 14. Got away from that for a little bit, got back into football, back into boxing, and then did a couple underground fights, things like that. And it's just been around me my whole life, so it's just something I'm very, very familiar with. And now that I know that I can do something other than just be a boxer or just be somebody with a name, now that I know I can share my input into other people, that's a whole new open door for the sport that just makes me fall in love and appreciate it even more. So yeah, that's how the boxing thing's going right now.
That's fine, man. Like, that's dope that you're really finding like an avenue to like monetize the skill and like really like do something with it. That's really awesome, because like heck yeah, like I still believe you to be out there and be the next Javante Davis knocking motherfuckers out, but in the meantime you find a way to monetize the skill and like you're making your own path, like young CEO. That's king moves, man. That's what's up. I definitely respect it. So like I know you're talking a lot about like how boxing is just like really like a part of your family, like really part of the culture. So can you talk a little bit like what the Whitley name means in boxing in the area?
Yeah, so I can't go too many places in Holyoke or even around Western Mass, not to brag or boast, but without saying or putting a name out there and having somebody know. Somebody in my family or somebody from boxing and say, "I used to train with your dad, I used to train with your uncle, I went to school with your brother," something like that. I got a whole bunch of siblings, whole bunch of brothers, whole bunch of sisters, whole bunch of cousins. The name's just everywhere, and it's a blessing and a curse sometimes. But definitely in the boxing aspect of it, like I said, my father was a former professional, my uncle former professional. All my uncles, were in that business of the fighting industry, things like that. And they've all trained, they've all done things like that, gone all over the world, like they've experienced so many things and built up such a legacy for us that now, it's built an avenue and it's opened doors for us to make it kind of not easy, but people are gonna know who we are and they're gonna understand our resume now. They're gonna realize that we're not just here, we know what we're doing, and when we go out here and we promote these things, it's because we're serious about it and we understand, the hardships behind it and everything like that. But yeah, the Whitley name in boxing, especially around Holyoke area, you'll hear about it a whole lot. My brother's right now absolutely killing it. He's from Holyoke, 6-0. Got a fight coming up. Literally just been destroying him. My oldest brother, he started it off for us. He's been boxing in the amateurs since we was little kids, and just watching him as we grew up, it was just dope. And my cousins, everybody, shout out to the whole Whitley gang, everybody do their thing. And there's not one of us that really has put any bad publicity or any bad energy out there, It's just good things for the community, good things for the people. They've opened that gym and had that gym for decades now, And it's for the people, it's for the community. It's not for them to make their money, it's not for them to get this off of you. It's for them to keep you and your kids safe and to teach you the tools that you need to defend yourself in situations like that. And it's just the Whitley name has just grown and done so much, and I'm very thankful to be with you for sure.
It's awesome, yeah. No, like even me, like I've known a lot about the Whitleys. Like I've known the Whitleys my whole life. Well, obviously because I've known you forever. But like my mom, like she even went to like high school and like with your dad, I think, things like that. Like I remember when I was younger, like this is before I knew you actually. We went like and did like a cardio class at the Whitley's gym. Like I didn't know that was the Whitley's gym back then, but I was probably like 8 or something. So that's just crazy. Like it's a small world how like everything comes. And I remember even like they saying like the name recognition. I remember the first time my mom ever met you, she was like, "He's a Whitley." Yeah. It's like y'all got that nose, yo. Like y'all.
It's a look, the nose, and this portion right here.
Exactly. She was like, "He's a Whitley." And I was like, "Damn, he's for everybody, huh?" Yeah. Nah, but that's awesome. But so question though, do you ever see there's like a future where you're taking over the Whitley gym?
As of right now, I don't know if that would be my path necessarily. I don't plan on being in this area my whole life, and I do see myself in the future opening up gyms or opening up some type of fitness club or anything. But I do not see it always being based around here. It's definitely something I think about, and I know it's something that's been, considered in my mind time to time. But only the future will tell us that. But time will tell, and we'll see what happens. But for now, I'm thinking all about my new thing coming up. You know what I'm saying? The Whitleys is always gonna be doing the thing. There's plenty of us out here, but right now, yeah, I'm mainly focused on my avenue and seeing what I can take right now. But,
I feel you gotta build yourself up, but you never thought just like McDonald's, the Whitleys, start getting Whitleys everywhere, man. Franchise the Whitleys, but heck yeah, man, I definitely see that. So where do you see yourself moving though in the future? So you say you want to get out of here?
Yeah, in the future, right now, I've been talking to a couple of buildings and property owners about opening a little studio and just having my own space. Right now, I have my own space, but I would like to have a building where I can put out my own sign, do my own, something that I can call mine. You know what I'm saying? And so I plan on doing that for a couple of years, being based around here, build up my clientele, build up a name, build up a resume, and then after that, I feel I would like to, build up financially everything, get everything nice and stable, and then take off and see if I can get a property elsewhere in another state somewhere, hopefully warmer, and definitely just start building and expanding from there, and eventually build up to a point where I can come back and have something here, something there, something over here, somewhere over there, and that's that. Right now, that's just the plan. Just keep grinding, keep working, build up the clientele, and grind until there's no more time to grind.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. I definitely respect that, and I definitely feel you on the go somewhere warm. I'm trying to get out of here. Lately, I've been thinking a lot like Texas or California. But,
yeah, that'd be dope. Somewhere like a little low key. You know what I'm saying?
No, we'll see. I don't even know why you capping though. I know you love Florida, man.
Yeah, Florida is a spot. That's the plan. Honestly, that's the plan.
But so can you just talk a little bit more about your bond with your family then? Because I know you're talking about the name of boxing, but it seems like y'all really close. Is your family big?
Yeah, me and my brothers, we're all, everybody's close. Me and my sister I'm probably close with my sister Janelle, and then I have many other siblings. We're close with all of them. We all keep in contact. We're all kind of in the age of 20 to 30 now, so we're all out here doing our own thing. But we definitely keep in touch. It's all love with everybody. And my brothers, I see the most probably because occasionally when I go down to the gym and I train down there, I'll see them. My father, obviously, I train him. I'll see him. And my uncle, we talk. We keep in touch all the time. We go out. After fights, that's when everybody gets to come together. My brother has a fight coming up next weekend actually, and we're about to all go down to New Hampshire, get a hotel. It's gonna be everybody, the uncles, the cousins, same way that we always do it. Go out, watch my brother catch another dub, and then we get back together, go out to eat afterwards. But yeah, we've been close our whole life. That's my father's side of the family, and then my mother's side of the family, that's my gang. That's who I lived with coming up. I live with my mom, my grandma. They've been my role models my whole life. Those are the two women in my life that I will forever be grateful for, and will definitely put them up in some place that's nice and warm as well. But yeah, my whole family, we're all close. Everybody loves each other. There's no beef, no problems anywhere along any lines. Everybody gets along. Anytime we're all together, it's never really a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's love, and it's always been like that. And I'm very grateful to say that. Not too many people can say they're close to their family the way that I can say I am. Anytime I feel like I'm in a bunch or something like that, I know I could give one of my brothers, my pops, my sister, my mom, my grandma, anybody to call in, and they would be the first ones to help me out. So I'm very, very grateful for that. And yeah, overall, especially in boxing and building that kind of, respect and bonds in that manner, discipline and things like that, definitely helped growing up, and yeah, definitely built us all really, really close, and we know how to value our family, value, friendships and things like that, and keep, everybody that actually matters to you very, very close, and make sure that everybody that is important to you and keep safe and keep in touch. It doesn't take too long to just say hello or something like that, and we all know that, and we all make sure that we do.
What's up, man? Family matters, bro. And it sounds like y'all have a really strong bond. That's what's up, man. So speaking a little bit more of that, like I see that you have like a pin on your head. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, this is the pen right here from my brother Robert. Yeah, man, I known that man since he was a little jit. He was a goofy little kid, man. Let me tell you, I love that kid. My love for that man is endless, and I promise you that one day when I do make it big and I take care of everything, this kid's name is always gonna be with me. I promise y'all that. Got him tatted on me and everything. That's my man's right there. Know that for real. But unfortunately, in February, he was taken from us. But you know, that's somebody that I've known since I was very, very young. And he was somebody who always has supported me. You know, first one to say, yo, D, when's your fight? That one's this one. You know, he was just so considerate about other people's feelings and wanted other people to be happy all the time. And it was just truly one of the most amazing souls that I feel I am truly honored and blessed to have met that man. And I'll definitely never forget my little brother for sure.
Sounds like he really meant a lot to you, and I appreciate you talking about that. And so I see that when you were talking about that, you're gesturing towards some of your tattoos. Can you talk a little bit about your tattoos and like some stories behind those, possibly?
Man, you know, got a couple of ink on me. You wanna see them?
Oh, you gotta take the shirt off. Okay, playboy.
But yeah, man. So my first ever tattoo I had gotten on my 19th birthday. That was this right here. I didn't obviously have any names or anything in it, but I knew I am a religious person and I am close with God, and I knew that I wanted a cross, I wanted wings, you know. So I found something, and I had gone to the tattoo place, and we chopped it up. I showed him, and he said, "You want this to mean something for you." So we customized this. If somebody in the world has this, they hate it off of me. You know what I'm saying? But he made this up. I watched him do it. You know, we started going back and forth, and this was my first ever tattoo. I got it in Springfield. On my 19th birthday, man. But after that, I got kind of a little addicted. I started going a little crazy. You know, I got the king, because you know that's me. That represents me, and I feel like it should represent anybody that carries themselves in such a manner. You know, I feel like everybody should try and become a king or a queen. You know, depending on obviously your gender. But yeah, so that's something I got, and it means near and dear to my heart, because I always want to know that at the end of the day, bro, you are a king. I gotta remember that, you know, I am that dude, feel me? And obviously, you know, I got faith on me, I got blessed on me, just a couple of things like that. I got a little quote up here, you know, the pain that you feel today is the strength that you'll have tomorrow. Another one about God right here, fear no man but God, because I truly do believe that you should never fear anybody in this world except for the man that can take you in and take you out whenever he pleases. I got a little family tattoo, you know, because I value my family. And this one right here, this my little boo right here, you know what I mean? Now, honestly, this is the first tattoo that I got that I'm not gonna say it didn't have meaning to me, but I just thought it genuinely looked so fire, and I really, really wanted it on me, and I like tattoos. So that's what this one is. But everything else, you know, it kind of got a meaning to me. Yeah, but yeah, definitely plan on getting some more tattoos. I'm addicted now. I think I got like 9 or 10, but yeah, definitely want to get some more.
That's awesome, man. Definitely dope. I see you over here looking like a little sketch pad.
You know the vibe.
That's fire, man. But no, the artwork is definitely amazing, man. Like it's definitely fire art. And so I got a couple more questions for you. I'll let you get out of here. But what's this like a day, like a day in the life of D-Whit?
Alright, so a day in the life. Let me break it down now. My schedule lately has been a little bit busy, a little bit crazy, but I put that on myself, and I want that to happen. I like to be busy. I like to have things nonstop. Go. So the way that I start my day, I'll wake up Monday through Saturday. Sunday, which is today, that's a nice break day. I'm relaxed today. All day I'm relaxed. I like to watch football, take my time. You know, maybe I'll do a workout myself.
Do a little interview here.
Yeah, do a little interview when I, you know, every once in a while. But I wake up Monday through Saturday. I get up at about 7:30. That's when my alarm goes off. I'm up. I come down. I turn on the heat in this place because it is cold. Let it start warming up. About 8 o'clock, that's when that is. You know, I already got up, brushed my teeth, did my thing for it. Now I'm down here. I sweep up a little bit, clean up the gloves again. I already do that when I close the night out. I do it again in the morning just to make it nice and fresh in here. And then about 9 o'clock, that's when I'll usually get my first client. Depending on the day, maybe I'll have him come at 9:30, maybe he'll come at 10, maybe he'll come at 8:30, maybe he won't even come at all that day, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I usually try and get that client in around then, and then I'm booked up from 9 until the end of the day. So I'm down here training somebody from 9 o'clock all the way until usually about 8 p.m. I'll have a session come, and then once he leaves, the next one will come, and then they'll leave, and then usually from about 1 p.m. to about 2 p.m., that's when I get my little break. I get a nice hour, nobody comes during that time. And then after that 2 p.m., I'm back 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, and then break it down, clean everything up, spray the gloves, spray the everything, spray the room, spray everything, you know, make it nice and clean, smell pretty. I sweep up the floor, lock everything up, turn off the heat, you know, don't want to run up the bill for me. And then go upstairs, relax, listen to my music, watch some videos, anything that I feel like I struggle with or I want to learn a little bit more about, I tend to watch for a couple of hours. I make sure I get, you know, refreshed on everything that's going on around the world. Relax, go to bed, wake up, do it all again. And yeah, that's usually how my days go lately, and I've been enjoying them.
From the day of D-Whip, very productive, making boss moves, starting up a business, man. Like,
That's the plan.
That's what's up, man. Well, keep it up. And you are a very motivated man, super goal-oriented, and like you seem like you have the vision. So like, who are some of your inspirations, like people you look up to in boxing or just in life in general?
In life in general, I got a couple of inspirations. Overall, I do admire Shaquille O'Neal. That's somebody that not a lot of people don't know about, but that man is somebody who is truly genuine. He is so genuine. I had seen an interview with him, and they had asked him a question. And they said, how do people get in touch with you? Do you have a cell phone? Things like that. And he said, I don't have a cell phone. Anybody that needs to contact me will know how to reach you. And when he said that, I was just like, That you know, obviously in this era, you kind of need a phone for this, and that. But when he said that, he meant it in a way that there are people that when they need you, they will find a way, you know, things like that. And he just put a lot of things into, you know, into my view that I didn't think from his perspective exactly. And there was another thing he did when he got a shoe deal with Reebok, and some lady had asked him, how much are you gonna sell your shoes for? You know, probably like 120, some crazy thing like that. How do you think me and my children are gonna be able to afford them shoes? And he went right back to Reebok that same day, canceled the deal, and started selling his shoes at Walmart for $30 because, you know, they're affordable. And he's still Shaquille O'Neal. He was still Shaq. Everybody knew Shaq. Now he had shoes that was affordable for everybody. You know, he just does things like that are just so, you know, that motivates me to be like, dang, you know, I definitely want to do shit that is going to help everybody, you know, not just myself. And yeah, so he's somebody big time, man. Another person is another crazy guy, but somebody in boxing related. My man Mike Tyson, you know, that man is a nut. He's an absolute nut. He is a loose screw, but he is somebody that has such an interesting and intriguing outlook on life that it's admiring. You know, I admire that he is off the hinges. He's exactly who he is because he knows that's how everybody is programmed to make it. He doesn't settle down because that's how everybody thinks he should. You know what I'm saying? He does everything by how he feels like it is. And now as he's grown more, he's become less and less, you know, a little disrespectful. You know, he's not as disrespectful.
Matured a lot.
Yeah, he's definitely matured and grown as a man, and everybody can see that. But you know, just even coming up, you know, it's a lot to have gone through at such a young age, and there's just certain things that man has dealt with, and he speaks on, and it's just truly, he really is a motivation, and yeah. So those are two big role models that I got in my life, yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And pretty much the last question I got for you is, in an ideal world, if everything goes to plan, where's D-Whit in 5 years?
In an ideal world. Well, let me tell you where I will be in 5 years, man, right now.
Yep.
I will be in my gym. It will be still in Massachusetts. in 5 years, I will be in Massachusetts still. I'll still be building on my clientele, but I'll be getting ready to expand and go bigger. But yeah, 5 years from now, I'll be here running my own gym, having things going smoothly. Maybe even have a couple of fighters, but definitely plan on having a whole bunch of people who are just interested in getting fit and doing all types of workouts and exercising, and just a whole bunch of clientele. A nice Instagram page up and running. I got it. I just started that one recently, like about 4 days ago. So hopefully 5 years from now, that's taking off and it's opened up doors for all different sponsorships and things like that. But yeah, 5 years from now, that's the plan.
Sounds great, man. Well, I'm super excited for that, and I can't wait to see it, man. I definitely want to be here every step of the journey, and in 5 years, we're going to have to tap in for another interview.
Definitely.
Before you get out of here, though, anybody, something you want to shout out?
Man, just shout out everybody that supports me, dude, for real. I appreciate everybody that shows love and support. I'm going to continue trying to be the best man that I possibly can be and trying to do anything positive for the community and people around me. So better believe that. Shout out all y'all and everybody that watched this video. You're beautiful. Thank you.
And since he didn't do it, I'm going to shout out his Instagram page.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know the exact name, so you gotta name drop it.
Kings.Fitness.Club, you know what I'm saying? There's a couple dots and dashes, but it'll be in the bio.
Yeah, Kings.Fitness.Club, yeah, I'll put it up there. I'm gonna hook you up. I got you with the promo.
Yeah,
well, man, it was lit. I appreciate you doing this interview, man.
Always my guy.
Bow. I appreciate it, man. Bow. Okay, we out of here.
This isn't my vision. How could I lose? I'm finally winning. This shit feels so different. Been through the struggle, living in shelters. We was fighting evictions. My bro in the cell, I'm yelling free him. He been fighting convictions. Ain't shit by the change, it become a tradition. But this isn't my vision. They want me in ghettos, they want me in projects. Treating us like an object, making us feel like rejects. Out in the streets in protest, shooting us is a reflex. Trumping our bitch, we regress. Turn up the heat in the kitchen. I'm in that bitch with a knife in the hand.